Okay, so hi, my name is Snook, and this is my first podcast in like 4 years or three, I think.
3 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
I started a podcast during COVID, and I did it for like 3 months during shutdown, and then
Yeah.
I went back to work, so then just stopped. But I was driving you to like go to Foodland or something, and you actually mentioned about the podcast, and I was like, wow, like people like still remember this because it was like
Yeah.
it had like 2 episodes, and then I literally thought like no one cared. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
have no idea how many people listen to it because I couldn't get like the statistic, but you
Mm.
kind of inspired me to want to redo this again. So thank you for renewing it with me, and I'm grateful that you are my first episode coming back into it. And
Thank you.
so yeah, anyways, I'm here with Odd, who is a professional rock climber. He's a young crusher, and he's extremely passionate and has a lot to say about his own climbing and also just climbing in general. So I thought he would be a great person to interview as like a young professional rock climber from Thailand who can kind of give us an insight into how to train, how to get into competitions, what the landscape is like right now in the world of competitive rock climbing. And also I want to get to know you, and I think a lot of people do want to get to know you, and because you're kind of like this figure that people know about, but not a lot of people like really know who you
Yeah.
are.
Living across the world kind of
Yeah,
allow that to happen.
exactly. So when you're ready, can you kind of like give us your introduction, where you're from, a little bit of your background.
All right.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Intrachupongse. I'm 21 years old right now, and I compete for Thai national team, although I do live in Seattle, Washington, in America. Not super proud about it right now at the state that we're at, but where I live, it's very, very lovely, and I'm grateful that I get to live there and have the community that I do there. Like a big part of why I have a lot to say about, climbing community here and the direction that the sport is going here is because of the things that I have seen from Seattle, and I like a lot of things about it. I don't like a lot of things about it, and if I, get the chance to help develop or say my opinion and state my, and if I get to, be a part of developing this community in Thailand, that is something that's absolutely growing right now, very, very quickly. I would like to, and selfishly, yes, because it's me and it's my opinion, but also I would try to be able to make it as for everyone as I can. But yeah, long story short, I'll kind of keep it quite short. I was born October 24th, 2004.
How old are you?
I'm
Or people
21.
who don't want to do math?
I'm 21 years old.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I started climbing in, I think, early February of 2014 at Pratana School, which is my primary school that I went to. They decided to build a climbing wall, and I was like, why not? Let's try this. I didn't like it at first. My sister did. I didn't really want to wait for her, so I was like, all right, I'll try this as well. When it's late, I'm done with my practice, and then fell in love with it. Start competing, start training, and well, we're here, right?
When do you start exactly? Like at what age?
I was, I think, 8 years old.
8.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
So-
I mean, it's like everyone's dream, right? To
Yeah.
start young.
Absolutely. And it's funny you say that because I think I started quite late as well.
Yeah,
Some
for like
people-
today's standards, right?
Yeah, everyone starts at like 4, 5, 6 years old,
Yeah.
and I start at 8, and I lose a lot of competition. I lose a lot of experience and opportunities that I could have had. We can get into that later. But yeah, in 2016, family had some issues with whatever with the business that we owned. Started losing clients, and we took all our savings and moved across the country. We'll move across the globe to America, where my aunt lives there, and my mom's side of the family lives there already. So it's much easier to just go to a city that we already know.
Right.
My mom also went to university there for a little bit, so she kind of already been to the place, so it's kind of nice. Yeah, I continued climbing over in America and joined vertical roll climbing team in 2018, I believe, and kind of been with them ever since. Been coaching by him, to my coach Tyson Shuney. He helped me through all my struggles and success and everything, and my strength and conditioning coach Matt Jones, which helped me through so many challenges. So huge thanks to them to pushing me to be where I am today. I started my first competition, my international competition. Actually, it was in 2015. This was Asian Youth
So it's
Championship, I
before
think?
you moved.
It
to
was
the
before I
US.
moved. Yeah,
Okay.
it was like a year into climbing for me,
Yeah.
and kind of made the national team somehow, and just kind of went. I didn't do great, didn't place last, thankfully. But once I moved to America, it seems like you get a lot of opportunities and a lot of resources, but when you really look at it, the best in America is only so good. But when you are in Asia, when you're in Thailand, you have access to Japan, Korea, literally some of the best in the whole world. Then these athletes are some of the best now, and I miss out on that for so many years without being able to travel because of my visa. So my first international comp was Hashioji 20. Well, actually, no. My international, which is like international level,
Yeah.
would be 2022 Youth World Championship in Dallas.
Yeah.
And that was, 6 years later
Yeah.
after I moved.
So you're saying that it takes you quite a bit of time
Yeah.
to like kind of
I didn't get the opportunity
get into
to.
like
Yeah.
the comp scene.
Exactly. So I didn't get the opportunity to. Yes, I did compete at the American scene over there and do their nationals, but you look at grand scheme of things, those guys weren't dominating. Yes, Colin
Right.
Duffy was doing really well, but how often did Colin Duffy do nationals? Right? Like it's stuff like that. So I kind of wish I would have had that opportunity to compete at, Arco, Italy, Youth World Championship where I should have gone, or even Russia, or, Innsbruck, or wherever it was. I just wish that was an opportunity for me, but it didn't, and that's fine. So my first international comp was in 2022. I did 2 competitions or 3 competitions then, was the World Cup
Yeah.
in Salt Lake City and Youth World Championship.
And when was that?
It was summer of 2022.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's pretty recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like just only a few years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I only did like 2 competitions, 3 competitions then,
Oh.
and then I, did some youth stuff for America, and
Did you come back to Thailand and like compete much?
I did
Yeah.
once actually. Oh no,
Once.
twice. I did
Okay.
once in 2019,
Yeah.
which was supposed to be at Arco, Italy, but didn't happen. And then once more in 2023, where I did all 3 disciplines. It was kind of funny, but it was not the brightest situation.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, actually, I kind of want to like backtrack just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're moving into like the comp scene already, and just to like kind of orient people who, maybe know you a little bit, but like want to get to know a bit more of like your background.
Absolutely.
And kind of like also reorient myself, because this is like a lot of comps.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
honestly, I don't really watch competitions.
Absolutely, I understand.
Beside the fact that like we're having this like Southeast Asian games, which is like our version of the Olympics, just
Yeah.
like in the region, and you're competing in that as well.
Yeah, I
and
am.
that's also like a big part of why you're back here in Thailand now.
Yes,
For like
it
that
is.
preparation. But I find that during our brief conversation, driving from the gym to like go get food, you talk a little bit about your first few years living in the U.S.
Yeah.
and the challenges of that, and like how climbing kind of like helped you through
Yeah.
that whole process as well,
Yeah.
even though it's quite tough. Like you moved there, you said that you didn't speak English like that well,
No.
or
No,
like
I
at all, and
Yeah.
something like that. And can you just like briefly like kind of run us through parts of that about like your experience, like first just like growing up, like
America.
moving there, and
Yeah.
like it's such like a big whiplash in like in your
Yeah, yeah.
life, you know?
Well, it's actually funny. I've never really talked about this on camera or to anyone ever, except behind closed doors with
Yeah.
a few friends. The first few years I moved to America, English wasn't really my favorite subject, so I didn't really get good at that. Though my mom was an English teacher, so it was a little, it was bad on my part. I didn't like English, so moving to America, it was quite difficult because I was unable to communicate,
Yeah.
right? And I moved there at the last quarter of 5th grade of elementary school, and then going in middle school. In middle school, it was around the time where all these kids become teenagers and they're learning what they want to be, right? They're trying to express themselves. They're trying to figure out. It's a time that they make mistakes and they test out who they want to become in the future, what kind of adults they want to become, right? They try new style. They try listen to music. They try to, how do I want to present myself? How do I want to be perceived?
Yeah.
What sports do I want to do? All that stuff. I missed out on all of that. Middle school is some of the most creative part of your life.
Yeah.
And for me, I missed out on being creative because I have to sacrifice it for survival. I couldn't understand anything in class. I couldn't understand anything or anyone was trying to talk to me. I couldn't have really made much friends because how could I when I can't even understand what they're trying to say to me, right? So it took me a few years, about 2-3 years exactly to like kind of become conversational. And by the time I get to explore and experience and find myself was already in high school. So I missed out the whole middle school of just being a kid,
Yeah.
right? It was quite difficult, and there was years where my dad was in the States. There was an opportunity for him to get some work back here in Thailand, so he left to come back here and do some work, send some money over there, and for a few years my mom was essentially a single mom taking care of 3 kids, and my sister was in her high school phase. My brother was just still trying to figure it out, and I was basically just climbing. So for so many years, and for the years I've missed, the only way for me to express myself was through climbing. It was the only way I know how. It was the only thing I know how to do. So I just throw myself at climbing and kind of didn't really have any friends, didn't really have social life, and I just spent all my time at the gym. Just after school, I get dropped off at the gym and I bus home, and I do that 6 days a week, 7 days a week. Thankfully, my parents had a restaurant near the gym, so I basically, during the summer, I just go with them in the morning, help them open,
Yeah.
have breakfast, walk to the gym, walk back for lunch, walk back to the gym, walk back for whatever when we go home, right? So that was basically my middle school summer. 3 years wasted, 3 summer wasted just because I wasn't able to make friends or anything, so I threw myself at it. I don't recommend anyone, like having no friends, having no social life just to climb, but I think that was a big part of why I'm able to do what I can today.
And like during that time when you said you just like went to the gym to climb, you were not like a part of like a climbing team, like that was like nothing like youth related that you could have like joined?
I
or,
was.
like, help you form like a community?
I did. Well, I joined Stern Garden climbing team for the first few years, and they helped me through a lot. Although they didn't really have anyone my age, so it's quite difficult for me to become friends with people who are much older than me. The closest one to me was, my sister, but then she quit climbing very early on, and then younger people, they didn't really like climbing that much, and then the older people who were passionate about climbing, the people I want to be friends with who like cares about the sport, they were like 6 years older than me. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
well, what am I like? It's just different generation. I just
It's
couldn't
just
fit in.
like hard to vibe, I guess.
Yeah,
That's like
exactly.
so important. Like when
Yeah.
just because you like climbing and you
Mhm.
climb together, that doesn't make you like friends
Exactly. No,
automatically.
exactly.
And you have to be someone that they also want to hang out with.
Exactly.
It's not just always the other person.
Yeah.
Like you have to like connect.
Yeah.
On like a human level.
Exactly, and I couldn't do that because I couldn't communicate, right?
Right.
So the only way I know how was to climb at the same level as them, and I catch up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then what else do I have to do?
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And then I made a switch to vertical roll climbing team, found kids my age that were as passionate, as good,
Yeah.
at the same level that I was doing it. So that way, really, when I started building community and becoming talkative and expressing myself, because growing up, I was a very talkative kid.
Right.
A little too talkative a lot of times. I was not the best kid growing up, and I will admit that. Was not proud of it, but it takes a certain kind of person to be a certain someone. And I'm
Right.
not saying that the way I grow up is the reason why I'm like this, but also there are some path, and this is the path that my life had led me. So yeah, with vertical row, it became more of a community, right? I have a coach who understands me, a coach who won't give up on me no matter what, and forever grateful for that. But before I could get to that point, it was it was a lot of just like,
It's a tough few
I don't
years.
know. I don't know what I was doing exactly.
Yeah.
So it was just,
Yeah.
and I was lonely,
Yeah.
right? Like, admittedly I never really got along with my siblings too well, which I will forever regret. And yes, I'm young. I can patch that up and still have a good relationship now, and I would try my best to make that happen. But I was frustrated. I didn't have any friends. Like in Pasat Thai, it's like in Thai, likeอึดอัด. I don't know how to like move on. And so with those feelings, it was borderline depression. And other than harming myself in other ways, I just went to climbing. And I stopped giving a shit about my well-being. I started doing crazy dyno. I started jumping off crazy stuff, jumping to whatever, these kind of holds. Doesn't give a shit about if I fall and smack my face or if I'm gonna rip my shoulder off or whatever. I started doing crazy things, pushing the limit of what my body can do, just because I would much rather feel that sense of, oh shit, I'm about to like eat shit, than feeling the pain that I was feeling because I was like frustrated and lonely or whatever. So if you see me doing crazy coordination, it came from a dark place, but it also, you know what I mean? It's like it takes a certain
Yeah.
experience to
It's
create
like the
certain
dark
skill.
side of the forest.
Yeah,
kind of
no,
a thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
You took like the Sith path to become a professional
dude,
climber.
I'm fucking Darth Vader. Holy shit.
It's
No,
like
exactly.
joking aside, it's probably a bad comparison, but I mean, in a way, it's a very common story
Yeah.
as like a child immigrant. I similarly moved to the U.S. when I was younger, but it was by choice.
Right on.
So, and I had a great support system being in a boarding school.
Mhm.
But for you, I assume it wasn't your choice, and neither was your family's choice, really.
Not really.
It's kind of like the situation made it happen. And
Yeah.
that difficulty, burdening everybody.
Yeah.
I can't only imagine how difficult it must have been for like, a 14-year-old. And like you had like a way to express your growing self, like you were growing physically, emotionally. You didn't have like a way to express except for like this, But I mean, knowing you now, I feel like you cope pretty well. At least you channel it in like a way that I feel like it's rewarding you now.
I got lucky with my outlet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could easily been anything else, right? Like in America, anything is on the table. You can access everything at any
Yeah.
given time, at any
Yeah.
age. I'm just glad that my outlet was climbing. And, I always say this, like climbing saved my life and all that bullshit and whatever. Yeah, I mean, like as
Yeah.
like stupid as it sounds, it's just as cliche as it is. It's true, and thankfully I joined Vertical Roll, and that also gave me a support system as well. Also, my parents never made me feel unloved, and I forever grateful for having a very supporting family. So that also plays a huge part of my success today.
Okay, continuing.
We're back.
We're back. I just saved the file because I made a mistake of not press recording or save the file with my last podcast, and that actually kind of discouraged me from continuing because I got so distraught from that experience.
That was the third episode that didn't come
It
out.
was the third episode that never came out. Okay. Okay, we're back.
So back.
Yeah. And
we're
you probably hear a lot of like utensils banging in the background,
Yeah.
and that's because we are at a cafe called Euro Coffee in Bangkok. It belongs to one of our good friends, Ham and Dun, and it's a great cafe, and we're both sipping delicious coffee right now, and that's why you're hearing Dun washing her cups in the background. So hopefully, is it still recording? Okay. So yeah, we'll get back into it. Yeah.
So if you ever in town near in Nonthaburi, check it out.
Yeah.
They're great. Thank you for letting us use the facility.
That's actually a sponsored message.
It's a sponsored message.
It's a sponsored message.
Sponsored by
Euro Coffee.
Cafe.
Yeah. Okay.
Huge. All right, moving on.
Yeah. So now we know a little bit about you, and can you kind of like give us a glance at when you got into Vertical Whirl? What is that experience like? How you felt you measure up to a lot of other kids? What kind of like inspired you or make you have this confidence that you're like, I'm good enough to do this? I'm gonna be an athlete.
So funny story, my mom always tell everybody this. Ever since I was little, in elementary school, everyone kind of like, there's questions like, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? What was your answer when you?
Honestly, back then I wanted to be a filmmaker.
Sick.
Yeah, and I went to school for filmmaking, but I'm not making any movies.
Well, podcast is one way of film. For me, it was I want to be an athlete, and the question wasn't what I want to be, or if I want to be an athlete. The question was always, what sport would it be? I was bound to be an athlete. It's just, what sport would it be? It just happened that it's climbing, right? I was sure I was gonna be a football player or soccer player, or whatever, but didn't happen. And now I'm with climbing, and well, I'm making it work, and hopefully to many more years and many more levels and to many more paychecks. Knock on wood. Joining Vertical Roll, moving to Seattle, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do climbing or not because we didn't know anything about the city, or we didn't know if there was climbing gyms there or not. Thankfully, Vertical Roll was the American first climbing gym. So
I did not know that.
Got very, very lucky. With that also comes with, first generation of coaches. Like I said, Tyson Shinny, he's been around for too many years. I'm kidding. Too many more. Love you, Tyson.
He's been around for way too many years. Love you, Tyson.
Yeah, but he's been around for a very, very long time. Ever since the sport was kind of getting big. With that, we have built many, many athletes. Vertical Roll, I'm gonna start listing out a few names. If you're a true fan, please comment down who you know. And we have created Sean Bailey, Drew Ruana, Melina Costanza, Quinn Mason, Quinn Francia, Leo Costanza, and oh man, so many more. right? And now me, and Sergey Lakhno, and Vail Everett, and dude, the list goes on, right? These are just a few World Cup athletes. So with that in mind, it was kind of like, wow, this is a great climbing gym. My generation, we have Vail Everett, Sergey Lakhno, Quinn Francia, and Leo Costanza, and me. And only one of those athletes didn't make it to World Cup, but now he's at a very, very good school, being a very good student. So he picked his path, but everyone else became a World Cup athlete. And that was the generation that I grew up around, right? Leo Costanza has never missed a youth finals. He made top 10 at every bouldering national ever.
Yeah.
Quinn Francia, multiple time national team members. He doesn't train speed much at all compared to other guys, but he's still making national team just because he's so good. Sergey, the most hardworking person I know in my whole entire life. You know, he didn't grow up much with, gift, but he worked so goddamn hard that he secured himself on the national team. And these were the people I grew up around.
Yeah.
Like, I either catch up or I get left behind.
Yeah.
And they happen to be the boys that I care about, the boys that I'm friends with. I see my friends working hard,
Yeah.
I want to work just as hard.
Yeah.
I see my friends getting good, I want to try to get just a little better than them because it's like a nice, friendly competitiveness that we need to have.
Yeah.
Right? So we all try to push each other. Oh, I want to be a little better than him. Oh, I want to be a little better than him. Oh, he's catching up to me.
Yeah.
All right, now I got to get away.
Yeah.
Oh, he's moving really quickly. Now he's past me. All right, now train next season, next event.
Yeah.
Let me try to beat him.
Yeah.
That was the people I grew up around.
Yeah.
And it just happened that they were already national champions.
Yeah.
So beating them in practice, beating them at local events, beating them at regionals,
Yeah.
it proves that I have the ability to win nationals.
Yeah.
And that didn't really occur to in my head because I just want to climb with my friends.
Yeah.
I just want to do this move that they're doing. Right? Like, it's just always just like a fun, interactive, and a friendly environment that I'm always in. And I think that's one thing that's really good about the vertical roll team is that it's an environment with a lot of athletes that are passionate, that care on the same level. So everyone who are there help push each other to be the next level just because we all want it. We all just want to train harder. We all just want to climb harder. And
Yeah.
maybe we didn't listen to our coach growing up, but we didn't do the drills that he wanted us to, but we always want to climb.
Yeah.
Right? We might be goofing off, we might be like not where we're supposed to be, but we goof off and then we go climb,
Yeah.
do crazy moves.
Yeah.
Not supposed to be doing that, but we're still learning and pushing the movements. We're still pushing ourselves and pushing our boundaries, and I
Yeah.
think that's what makes us one of the greater climbing team out there.
And I mean, like, fundamentally, I feel like that's kind of always been how, like, humanity, like, succeeds.
Absolutely.
At anything. It's
Absolutely.
just, like, group mentality.
Mhm, exactly.
Like, we're only going to be as good as, like, the people around us.
Mhm.
Like, like, only millionaires hanging out with millionaires, like, only, like, top athletes hanging out with top athletes, right? You help
Exactly.
push each other.
Yes, exactly. We
What-
inspire each other.
You inspire each
Yeah,
other.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. It's a great environment, and I want to be able to create that for this generation in Thailand. And
Yeah.
like look at our national team now. We have
Yeah.
so many kids around the same level. Like we have Cooper, we have Bao,
Yeah.
dude, they are so good
Yeah.
because they train with each other and they are
Yeah.
passionate with each other and they
Yeah.
push each other a little bit here and there while respecting each other and
Yeah.
loving each other.
Yeah.
And that is so important.
And I feel like that has to be like one of the key takeaway here is that it's supportive
Yeah,
and
exactly.
not like stepping on each other.
No,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not destructive at all. It's
Yeah.
like, it's very inspiring. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it also has to come with certain people with certain mindset of like,
Yeah.
this inspired me.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, when you have someone that's slightly better than you or whatever, or much better than you, they just get shuts down.
Right.
They just become destructive.
Yeah.
But it takes a certain people to see that and be like, wow, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, like I go to the gym these days, and then like I see kids who just joined the gym like last year, and they're already better than me, and I reconsider my entire life. I'm just like maybe I should just like go join run club instead. Like maybe I should just stop climbing. Like
No,
maybe like I'm not it, but I mean,
That's crazy.
what?
Nina?
Oh really?
I think so.
That is hilarious.
That
Okay,
is
a friend of ours is joining, but anyway.
Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious. But yeah, so that's your experience at Vertical World. You
Yeah.
became passionate about this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and now you found out that you're like really good
Mm-hmm.
and probably better than some of your peers even, and that kind of helped build up your like confidence
Yes.
in pursuing this. And
Absolutely.
I asked you because you've been this like someone that I've heard the name, like I probably met you when you were like a kid or something. I
Yeah.
probably forgot, but I saw you at like Balance, and I asked like, hey Art, like what do you, where do you see yourself? Like what do you want to become? Like really? And your answer was so interesting. And do you mind like sharing that, or you could like
Yeah.
word it differently? I guess.
Absolutely. No, you got it.
Yeah.
What did I tell you?
You said you wanted to be one of the goats.
Yeah.
And then initially my nerve reaction, I was like, holy shit, like this is like Gen Z mentality. You know what I mean? Like in my head initially, I'm just kind of like, I personally would probably never admit that. But of course, like me thinking about it, I'm just like, I respect your like honesty and the fact that you are willing to tell people that I'm gonna be one of the greatest of all time.
I'm gonna try to.
Because not only you're just exposing your vulnerability, like you're telling people like I'm gonna do this,
Yeah.
and now you know that people will be like
They're
almost
looking
judging
for
you,
it.
like
Yeah.
they're looking for it,
Exactly.
right? And I'm afraid of that personally, and I know a lot of people are, but that I think is the difference between like someone who's gonna be one of the goats in climbing and someone who don't want to be
Yeah.
really deep down, is that you have the passion
Yeah.
and you're admitting it. You're you're holding yourself accountable to it almost.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So, one of my goals that is super easy to, speak out loud is that I want to be considered to be in a conversation of one of the greats.
Yeah.
Rather that be, in competition scene or in one specific style of like coordination or slab or whatever. I want to be in a conversation of the greats. And yes, it is incredibly scary to say that out loud and like making it public, but I think one of the things is that I have to say it out loud, so I have people to keep me accountable
Yeah.
for it, and also if I don't do it, I wanted to show that I gave it my everything. If and I'm incredibly afraid to fail.
Yeah.
Because truthfully, when we really talking about one of the goats, I'm already late. Realistically, I probably won't make it, right? We have Serato, we have Jakob Schubert, we have Adam Ondra, we have all these guys who are just so much better in arguably every way, right? But that won't stop me from trying.
Yeah.
Even if that means that I'm late to it, doesn't matter. I'm gonna try my best, and nothing will ever stop me from trying.
Well, buddy, let me tell you, as a 35-year-old, approaching middle age here, you've got plenty of time. And even me, and like someone at this age, my goal in life is like changing constantly, almost. Like I want, like who I am now is not who I was, even before the pandemic.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
that whole like experience, and the few years after, now I have like a completely different outlook in life. And like even for me personally, I feel like I can still be like great in my own definition.
Absolutely.
And that's
Yeah.
what's even more important,
Yeah,
is
exactly.
that I feel like I have accomplished what I want to do.
Yeah,
And I feel like you will find
Thank you.
like your path, and you will
Thank you.
find your greatness in
Thank
like
you.
whatever you want to pursue,
Appreciate it.
because you have that mentality already.
Thank you. I try, but it's gonna be a reach for sure. And I mean, I'm gonna keep trying, but there's other things instead of like another one of my goals that's kind of funny to say, and this will kind of only make sense to the certain few that kind of know the names. But I want to be the best athlete that Tyson, my coach, have ever coached, which is, kind of huge because I'm going up against Sean Bailey, I'm going up against Melina Costanza, I couldn't like all these guys and these girls, and I'm just like, I mean, I'm still gonna try it, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm not destined to be a great athlete, at least I can help build the next generation of the greats. That's why I coach the vertical wall climbing team, and that's why I'm helping the next generation. I'm coaching the kids. I'm trying to be as helpful as I can when Cooper or Bao like come ask me for anything. I want to help them. I want to be there for them, for the next generations. And I also want to make sure that the next generation or 2 or 3 generations of rock climbers can make a living. And if I can be one of the people that push that forward, I mean, that's a win in my book. So yeah, I don't we're far from being a perfect sport and being the mainstream sport, but if we somehow can help change it and make this a profession, like a real profession for, let's say, top 100 or top 200 athletes that are like actually making a living and able to pay rent, or like having rock climbing become an NCAA sport. Great. What do I need to do?
Yeah.
How can I help?
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of, I want to help this community and help the sport as much as I can. If not as an athlete, then as a coach. Yeah. If not as a coach, then as an inspiration.
Right.
One way or another. I wanna do it.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I mean, that's inspiring. Like, because I mean, personally, I respect people who like think about like the community they're a part of, and it sounds like you don't just like put yourself first. It's not just all about you, but right now, it in competition, obviously, it's all about you. You want to be the best, right? You want to beat everyone. You have to have that mentality, but in the back of your head, you're thinking about the broader picture. You think about how great it could be for everybody, right? Not just for me. Yeah. And the competition is just like one aspect of what you care about. Yeah. Yeah. And I think this is like kind of a good segment to kind of like divert into, to talk a little bit specifically about your climbing. It could also be about like your other works, like whether it's coaching or like helping, younger climbers. But I know we have some like questions from our friend here. He wants to know, Art, how did you get so good? What do you do? What's the secret? And before you answer, you pray a lot, but before you answer, I'm gonna hit save. One second. Okay, Art, we're back, and talk a little bit about your training, what you do to get so strong, and
so to get better at climbing, let's start it this way. Climbing is a technical sport, right? You see, that's why a lot of kids are good, because one, their strength to weight ratio is insane because they're kids. They're very flexible, they're very mobile, and they're very, very bouncy, right? So you see a lot of kids are good at that. But at the end of the day, it's a technical sport. When the kids can learn the technical side of things, they start climbing crazy grades. They start climbing V13, V14, even whatever, like the same grade as their age, just because they have that ability to learn the technique, have the mobility, have the bounciness that they have. But for anyone who didn't start when they were 2 years old, just climb a lot, right? It's the same thing. You climb, you learn the movement, you learn how to use your body, you learn what your body likes, what your body doesn't like. I'm very explosive. I'm very dynamic. So a lot of my movements are just going to be jumping from certain things to things. The way I generate will be handhold here. If I don't like the handhold, I just push harder with my legs, and then I push my hips up immediately, so I don't have to pull as hard as this. So when it's on a crimp, I just push, right? Find your strength and your weaknesses, write that out, lean onto your strength, but also work on your weaknesses. Finger, you have to be careful about that, because if you start as a kid, your pulley and your finger, your tendons kind of adapt and stiffen throughout the years. But if you're adults, everything has already been fixed. So you have to slowly learn how to use your fingers. Maybe a year and a half in, you can start hangboarding, add some weight. I don't recommend going anything lower than 10 millimeter. I think it's kind of useless. Even 12 millimeter is kind of useless below then. At that point, it's just pain tolerant. Take care of your skin, take care of your body. Like that's one of the biggest things. You can't train harder if you're still injured from the last session, right? So eat well, eat a lot of protein. You feel tired. Sometimes you come out and you're kind of used to the pump. You don't feel as tired, but still have a lot of protein.
Yeah.
Because it's very important and you need to recover.
Right.
At the end of the day, you have to treat yourself like an athlete.
Yeah.
Do a lot of 4x4.
Yeah.
Repeating the climb. Find a climb that you can kind of do, but very difficult for you. Climb that climb, finish that climb, and then you repeat it until it's easy for you. And then you go on to the next climb. And then you repeat it until it's easy for you. You learn the technique for that climb, you learn the technique for this climb, and then you see if you can change your mental to fit certain climbs, right? So for example, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then now you're gonna go back to the route number 2 or route number 1, and you're trying to get that. When I do 4x4, I do 3 power climbs and 1 slab. That's for technical side of things, right? So I go try hard, try really goddamn hard, try really fucking hard, and I lock it on slab.
Yeah.
All right, I can't power through it. I just
Right.
have to trust it.
Right.
Do something in balance, like just
Right.
like super balancey. I don't have to use my upper body at all.
Right.
How well can I lock in and how well can I adapt? When you see these athletes flashing climbs, not a lot of time. A lot of time, yes, because they're incredibly strong and they're able to just dominate on a certain hold, but a lot of time it's just because they saw the beta, something that makes sense to them. They took a gamble, and they won. At the end, like coordination movements, we call them a low percentage move because there's so many options.
Right.
There's so many ways you can move your hips and move your arms and at what pace, at what direction, and there are so many variables to make something that hard. Take a gamble, right? But the more you do it, the more you kind of see, oh, maybe I have to be this far away from the wall. Oh, maybe I have to rotate this much, and that comes with experience. But that's also why I say to climb more. And then they took a gamble. Oh, it's probably around this angle. Oh, the hole is probably like this. And if you have a good experience, if you're good at it, or if you're strong enough, it will work. It will just go, right? But if it's outdoor climb, you don't know anything, so that will require more strength and learning, and that's why outdoor climbing is so much fun, right? But just focus on the technique. Don't push too hard on yourself. Don't push too hard on your body.
Right.
Your body is fragile.
Yeah.
It's strong. It's incredibly strong, but it's also fragile. And you can also do more than you think you can. When people say they are trying at 100%,
They don't.
you can try a little harder,
Right.
right? Like, and when I'm saying I'm trying my best, I'm probably just bitching. I'm probably just lying, and I'm probably not trying as hard as I could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when you're really training, you train until you get sick. You train until you throw up.
Yeah.
That's your physical limit. That's
Yeah.
like your body limit. Mentally, you can push a little bit more.
And yeah, I mean, I agree with that last point that you made. Like, I make this joke with people that you don't fall if you don't let go. And which is true. I mean, like, if you don't let go, you don't fall, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, it's just for me to imply that have you tried your hardest to like not let go? Because sometimes, like, when I do fall, sometime in the back of my head, I know that I haven't committed 100% to this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And I mean, like, I understand if you're doing this as a hobby and you don't want to like treat yourself
Yeah,
like an
right.
athlete and being super locked in on everything. I understand. But if you want to send harder than you have ever before,
Yeah.
To do things you've never done, you have to achieve things you have never done, you have to do things you never did.
Deep.
Like, you just have to do something different. You have to change,
Yeah.
rather than your mentality or whatever, right? And climbing is a very easy, it's easily progress because you just learn the technique.
Right.
And then your finger is so underdeveloped that you can, through the little time that you spend in the gym and climbing, you can improve. But to a certain level, there's a plateau, right? There's a plateau at V4, V5. There's a plateau at V8, V9. There's a plateau at like V11, V10. There's a plateau at V14, whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's a few, but then to break those plateaus, you need to give it a lot more.
And it's mental too, right?
Yeah,
because like
absolutely.
to break like a certain plateau, you feel like you have to try even harder than before. And when you get to the next plateau, you have to try probably harder than the last time
exactly.
you tried to break that plateau, right? So then it's mentally challenging too. Like because it's hard to keep trying hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also like when you really look at it, like there are so many nuances in climbing. There's core tension, there's footwork, there's body engagement, there's finger strength, upper body strength, body positioning, there's coordination, right? Hand-eye coordination, like all that stuff. If you're really, really good at one thing, and you're trying to keep pushing your grades with just that one thing, it's gonna get way harder. Right? It's gonna be super easy to progress until a plateau, and then you're just gonna stop. But if you, for example, your finger strength is really, really good, but your footwork is so shit, you end up just canvassing everything, and that's not helping. Right? So knowing what you're good at and what you're bad at, and kind of work at everything to just create a nice, perfect circle. It's so good.
Right.
Like, for example, I'm really good at coordination. I'm really good at slab, like feet slab, no hand slab. I'm probably some of the best to ever do it. Why am I not in the World Cup finals all the time? Because a lot of the time, you just need to be strong, and I'm just not strong. Comparatively to all the other World Cup athletes, right? I don't want to be like, I'm weak and shit, but it's like comparatively to other World Cup athletes, I'm pretty weak. What do I have to do? The things I don't want to do.
Train
That's
strength.
Yeah, exactly.
Work on your power.
And my finger strength, like all that stuff. And do I want to do it? Hell no. But I have to, and be able to like even out that circle and that stat. You're gonna go really, really far and kind of work out everything. You're gonna progress and break your plateau much, much quicker. P-Ham, did you get that?
Ham was not listening at
Ham
all.
was not listening. Yo.
Even though this entire segment was
whole
about Ham. But to give a recap into what Art was just saying is, one, you should take rest days because you should not push your body too hard. Secondly, you need to work on your weaknesses. Ham is actually already good at doing this, I think.
Which is good. That's why you're improving.
Yeah.
I just thought about like taking a rest day.
Yeah.
Can I like say something?
Yeah, can you say into the mic actually so people hear it? Yeah. So this is our friend Ham who's like listening in the background.
And also
the owner of Euro.
Yeah, I mean, I just like. Hello. Yeah, I also like checked out with Art yesterday about like how many days he climbed per weeks, and it's pretty much the same as me though. Like probably like around 4 to. I mean, he said 5, but for me it's just like one more day, like 4 to 6. So yeah, it should be cool. I think at least for a week I take like at least one rest day. That should be cool. And then even though it seemed like I am out of my mind about like climbing too much, but normally I have like 2 membership for the gym, like one for the board climbing, the other one is for like the commercial gym. So when I like my body is too exhausted, I normally like go to the commercial gym and climb more on the technical stuff. That's how I handle like my body. But I still suck at resting anyway, because like for me, if I could, I would just like make every day my own project day.
And because it's fun, right? It's fun to work on what you want to climb on. Because you want to climb on your project. You want to do.
But I have one thing that Art also like mentioning about the 4x4 training, which is something that even though I know about it quite a lot, I read about it. I also like used to try it, but I couldn't really adapt it to it. But since he mentioned it, probably like in the next I don't know, few months or
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Probably I'm gonna like do more experimenting on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get back to the art, I guess.
Yeah. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you. One thing I do want to add.
Wait, 1 second. I'm gonna pause. Okay, and we back after a sponsored message from the owner of Euro Coffee, and then Art. So great points on training, and
Yeah.
also Ham talked about like rest days, and working on your weakness on your weekdays.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I think it's great. I think one thing that's very, very important is building the capacity to train, right? My friend is very, very big on this. He can work at a workload that would genuinely make me sick, like physically sick, if I do the workload that he does, right? He does like 10 hours training day. I just cannot do. So be able to build out that workload and be the climbing capacity is really going to help you with training, because then you can train harder in a lower amount of time. Your recovery between attempts will be better, will be lower, and you can, for example, do 4x4 more. Do more 4x4s in one session. You can climb more routes in one session. You can try harder with less rest. So I think that's just one thing to think about as well. So building the capacity and be very mindful with where your body is at and what you can do without pushing you to the limit. But yeah.
Cool. And so now you are here in Bangkok.
Yes.
Preparing for a SEA game. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like
Yeah.
what you're doing to train, to prepare for this like major competition?
Yeah.
And how's the team going? How's like the Thai team doing?
Yeah, we're looking great. We got a pretty good roster, both for men's and women's. I'm very excited for the speed team and the women's team as well. We're looking very good. We got the siblings, Ban going, and Pimi, and the OG. The guys team, me, PT, and Ozzy, and Pisit, so we're pretty solid team, I would say. I think we got the roster that we'd like. And the speed team, it's gonna be good. Although we are going up to the Indonesian, so God, they're fast, man. They're really fast.
Yeah, they like
Props
have
to
this
them.
like machine going on, like
Yeah.
like they're breeding like
Dude,
speed climbers, right?
It's crazy.
It's like a farm.
They are so good. I know, and everyone is good as well. Like their B team is like faster than most people in the world already. It's crazy how good they are.
Yeah.
But I think we have a good team. Although unfortunately, for some reason, we don't really train as a team as much as we would like to. Well, as I would like to. I think growing up on the team and having a lot of people that I can climb with really helps me improve. But here I just kind of end up climbing alone, or with you guys. But yeah,
with non athletes.
non-SEA game athlete.
Non-SEA game athlete.
Non-SEA game athlete, which I think it's fine. It doesn't really bother me much, but there's a different environment and feeling that you can create and you will have once you are training with the people that are aiming for the same goal.
Right.
Which in this case, the SEA game.
Right.
We have the same schedule. We have to peak at this time. We have to whatever this I think it's a very cool environment to be at, and unfortunately we just don't train together as much as I'd like.
But with this competition coming up, Thailand is building this new
Yes, we are.
walls
Yes.
and training facilities. So hopefully after this, there's a venue for
More competitions.
all the athletes
Absolutely.
to go and
Yes.
mingle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it will open up more competitions for the Southeast Asia. We can host more competitions internationally and nationally. We can have a good national stadiums, which actually great because the venue is at the Sport Association
Right.
of Thailand.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a national stadium, lovely spot, a little far away from everything, but not gonna complain about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be good field, and I mean it's gonna allow climbing to grow within this region of the world, as well. Maybe Vietnam, maybe Cambodia, Indonesia is gonna start coming over here. Singapore is gonna start coming over here. Like everyone is gonna be able to come here and have a competitions. And if you really want to, we can try to host a few international events, like whatever it may be, like Asian Championship or whatever, which will help grow the sport in this region, in Thailand, and for everyone else.
Yeah.
So it will be very, very good to
Yeah.
have this facility building up. But
And how are you doing personally? Are you feeling prepared? How's your training?
I'm feeling good. Obviously not the best, not as good as I could be. Still kind of fighting with a few injuries and working through it and everything. The competition has to be done.
Yeah, you're in it to win.
Yeah. I'm not gonna just like not try my best.
Right.
I have to. I mean, I want to.
Right.
And I will make sure that it happens, and I will make sure that I try my best and give it my all, no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. Very, very excited for it, which is gonna be good.
Yeah.
For the first time in a very long time, I'm in Thailand, and I'm in a much more matured mindset. I have adults a little bit, and I'm having a good time. I've been a lot more stable mentally, and that I think really helped with. Well, I hope that it will help with my performance, but I'll never know until I start competing. Bangkok Clutch at Balance Prime, or at Balance, didn't go as planned. I took a safety strategy, and it was a gamble, and I lost it, which didn't really give me much reassurance. But SEA Game is a different competition.
Right.
It's literally a month and a half apart.
Right.
Right. I come back, collect myself, reset, and go out again and give it my all.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man,
Yeah.
Art, and I hope that you win or
Thank you.
perform the best that you could, and I hope the Thai team does well.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to watch it. And this
Yeah.
is the first time, right, that we're hosting this
Yes,
competition
I
here in
think-
Thailand?
I think so, yeah.
Climbing has gone has come a long way.
Exactly.
Since I came back to Thailand like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and we had 2 or 3 gyms
Yeah.
back then, and now just in Bangkok
Yeah.
we have 8.
Yes.
Which is
yes, we do.
crazy.
I was here the other day,
Yeah.
kind of scrolling through all the photos from Pro Climber.
Yeah.
Dude.
Shout out to Pro Climber.
Dude, I know.
Like the original goats of Thailand.
Yeah, no,
like-
exactly.
Yeah.
Literally
seriously.
all of the athletes I think have came from him.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And let's truthfully, a lot of the gym owners also came from that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So
Yeah.
and now everyone is back in the association working with each other and together and uniting, and oh man, I think it's a very, very good direction that we're
Yeah.
moving towards.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Like as just a regular gym climber,
Yeah.
and an outdoor climber enthusiast.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see how big climbing has become. And
Yes.
I'm just psyched to see people like you and, like upcoming athletes coming out from, all over the country. We're getting really good, and hopefully one day we'll really see Thai athletes, go to
Yeah.
like the international stage.
Absolutely.
Because this is like the one of the few sports I think where I feel like Thailand really have a shot in
No,
the Olympics.
exactly. Yes, we
and
do.
like all of that, and
Yes,
I think
we
we
do.
can get there.
I
with
think
the
so too.
facilities. We're just like
Yeah.
we need like with your support, and
Mm-hmm.
people like within the sport team like work together
Mm-hmm.
and like form a strong community. I feel like that's the path.
I think we just need people who care.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be really good because the association this year is much, much better now, and I think they're doing a very, very good job. So, yeah, I think it's going to work out. I mean, LA 2028 is not out of reach.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's given.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a long road.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of struggles.
Yeah.
I think we can do it. I think we can do it as a team.
Dude, that would be awesome.
It would be
Yeah.
the dream.
And it's not even something that even just a few years ago I
Yeah.
thought about. Yeah.
I think it's good. The community is getting much bigger, and there's people from literally everywhere, every kind of community, right? There's and we all just kind of unite with this one stupid freaking sport, man. Dude, climbing is so dumb. Think about it. We literally find the easiest way to climb up the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Just go to the back and walk up. That's why we have stairs and ladders and shit. Like, what are we doing? We're not even climbing rocks. We're climbing plastics, dude.
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
And what else would be doing? Like, I don't even like have anything else to
go
do.
to school. but you know, it's a lovely hobby. It's a lovely activity to do.
I
so
actually
that's why
have
we
like
do it.
no friends if I don't go to the gym.
Me too.
I only go to the gym because it's like the one place where I'm like, oh, maybe I'll see someone I
Yeah,
know.
you know exactly.
Otherwise, I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I don't even like watch Netflix anymore.
What?
I
You
just
should.
get bored.
There's some really
I don't
good
know
movies
why.
out there, dude.
Yeah.
The
I
next
just watched Frankenstein actually, and it's pretty good.
You should watch. Have you seen Whiplash?
Whiplash. I love that movie.
Dude.
I've seen it. A few
La La
times.
Land?
It's okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for coming, everybody. I'm gonna cut it right there.
Thank you, Art, and
Yeah, thank you.
this conversation was great. And
Yeah.
really
The next one will be about the
appreciate it.
movies.
The next one we'll talk about La La Land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Before you go to LA 2028.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
Isn't that where La La Land was filmed?
It's that.
Oh
it's
yeah, it
literally
was
Los
actually.
Angeles.
Oh
It's
my
about
God!
Hollywood.
Yes.
It's literally
oh,
La La Land.
Oh shit. Oh my God. Dude, I didn't.
Yeah.
That was on me. I did not
Yeah,
think
yeah.
about that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Obviously, you were thinking about where we're going to climb next.
Oh.
Today, like where we're going.
Neen.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not climbing. Anyways,
Anyways.
พี่แอมไปไหนครับ
But anyways, thanks, Art.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
conversation.
Thank you.
And yeah, thanks for listening to
Too many
this,
more.
Yeah, babbling
Too many more.
conversation. And,
I think this is great.
Yeah.
I think climbing, one way to have climbing bigger is, you know, you've seen Magnus, you've seen Honnold,
Yeah.
those big movies and YouTube channel and Josh
Yeah.
Rundle, and dude, there are so many guys. Like, there's a fucking after-hour climbing guy, Josh. There's this and those and that. We need more climbing content
Yeah.
to start popping up.
Yeah.
It will be, you know, these guys become the face and the ambassadors for
Yeah.
the sport, to like expanding it,
Yeah.
and this podcast will also help with like more content, more climbing
Yeah.
content to help people get into it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, we need to reach out, and I think, I mean, dude, I would do as many podcasts
I
as
agree.
can with
As
you.
long as it's like indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should open more gyms.
Yes.
And people should just go climb indoors.
Yes. Don't go
and
outdoors.
Don't go outdoors.
Don't grease up my fucking boulders.
Yeah, no.
Ugh. Greasy ass
Nothing
hands.
hurts me more than seeing a gym kid flashing my project. And
I will pay anybody and everybody half his age that flashes project. I will personally sponsor you with love and affection. I don't have money.
Okay, Art, good talking to you.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thank you.
All
You
right.
too.